Let's bring our next guest. We've got Ross in the house. Let's bring him on. Hey, Ross, how we doing, mate?
Doing great. Champagne football is back on the menu, boys.
Damn right, and I'm ordering it all day long. Give me double portions. Come on. What a performance today. Let me ask you, we were 1-0 down with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Within 10 minutes, we're 2-1 up. What was your feeling when we conceded that goal? What was your reaction at that time?
I mean, obviously didn't like it. You never want to concede a goal, especially that early. But the set piece, that's our kryptonite.
But were you worried? Were you fearing the worst? Like, this is it. We've struggled to break them down. We're not going to go and get 3 points in this game.
A little bit, but then we do what we've been doing lately. We went right back down and got the equalizer. We go back and answer. We don't remember in the past. Oh, we'll kind of go on the back foot. We get down on ourselves. No, we're like, oh, we'll just go get one back.
How important was that goal just before half time to get it at that time?
Huge, because that puts the pressure squarely back on them. They're feeling great. Oh, we got a goal. We're a goal up away. Tottenham's playing so well. Then we come back and score a goal. They're going, uh-oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Go on. No, I was going to say, we concede from a set piece yet again. In your opinion, Ross, do you think Lloris could have done better? I mean, we've been very critical in the studio. Do you think, he's going through bodies, he's seen it late, or do you think he could have done better there?
I don't know. I find it hard to criticize Hugo. I mean, that guy has been, I don't even want to think about where we would be without Hugo Lloris. And so I usually don't come down too hard on it. But also, he really shouldn't have been in that position to begin with. I mean, we shouldn't give away a free kick that close. Sonny just chopped at him, and I'm going, oh, come on. You can't give a free kick that close, especially with the trouble we've had in defending him.
Yeah, definitely, and that obviously was a big blow. But look, that second half performance, where do you rank it in our recent displays? Do you think it was the very best?
Oh yes, I mean I can't think of anybody that played bad. Looking at it, and both our wingbacks scored. I mean, come on.
And Ben Davis.
And Ben Davis. I tell you, with Royal, when those Brazilians go blonde, look out. It's like when they go Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
So that was awesome to see him because he gets so much grief from everybody. So it was great for Darty and him to get in there and get goals.
Yeah, and look, a lot of talk before the game with Reguilon being out was who we're going to play at left back and if Doherty's going to be okay if he plays the left back. And he ended up starting there. And he had a fantastic game. So how much credit do you give Doherty for playing that position as well as he did today?
He did great. He did fantastic, because that's not his normally. Normally he's on the right. He has to play over on the other side. But he's done great. I mean, he's really turned things around. I mean, he's getting into those dangerous areas. He's getting forward. He's getting into the box. That's where he excels. That's what he did at Wolves. That was the Matt Doherty we thought we were getting when he came from Wolves. So it's just great to see, and he did a great job. And wingbacks are our X factor. So go the wingbacks. So goes Tottenham. So whenever they play well, we play well.
Yeah, and obviously the front three today, they linked up again exceptionally well, especially for that third goal. Kane, Son, and Kulusevski. Are they the key for us for this late top four push? Them three, just the way they're interacting with each other.
Without a doubt. And everybody's talking about it now. The commentators, the pundits, everybody's like, "Oh, Tottenham's front three." It used to just be Son and Kane and whoever else, but Kulusevski's come in and he's added to that. He's brought something that we were missing. And I mean, that guy's, he's so good. I mean, at such a young age, he knows how good he is.
Ross, how much credit do you give Tottenham for the way that we are 5 or 6, 7 or 8 games ago, we lost back-to-back games against Southampton and Wolves. And like I said earlier, if we would have won those 2 games now, I know hypothetically, we'd be above Chelsea. How much credit do you give Antonio Conte for actually what he's done since he's come here? He's got the 3rd highest win rate since he's come in as a manager behind Klopp and Guardiola. Right? We've scored the most goals in 2022. Not only that, Paratici's brought in players like Romero this season, Kulusevski, and Bentancur. How much credit did you give Antonio Conte? Not just this game, but since he's come in?
All the credit, and then some. I mean, he's transformed the team. I mean, that's what he does. You back him, you let him do his thing, and he's going to turn you around. He's proven it time and time again. I mean, even the very first game, I know it was a draw against, I think it was Everton, right? But the
Yeah,
team
nil-nil
looks
at Grayson
better
Park.
even in that first game. I mean, he has completely transformed this team. Guys that we had out, I mean, Eric Dyer, I mean, how many of us had him out the door? Doherty we had out the door. And those guys are turning in good performances. And that's all due to Conte.
Absolutely. So, and you know, now we're above Arsenal in top 4 at the as things stand. Obviously, they got Palace tomorrow away. Where are you looking at? Are you thinking we've definitely got a massive chance now in this race, or do you still feel Arsenal have a big advantage going into the last stretch?
I think we got every chance. I think it's there. I mean, if we can keep playing like this, and we have the easier fixture list. I mean, Liverpool away, that's the only one I look at and go, that might be tough to get a result out of that. And, you know, as you said earlier, you know, Arsenal's been scraping by. They've been, you know, barely got by Watford. You know, they haven't exactly been winning convincingly. And they've got to play tougher teams down the stretch. So I have no reason to believe that we won't get it at this point.
I think Liverpool, if I take my actual Tottenham hat off and put a football hat on, I don't think we'll get anything at Liverpool. Not that we're playing terrible, just notoriously, something always goes wrong in a Liverpool game, doesn't it?
Yeah, true. Always the last minute.
Anfield as well. I think the last time I don't actually know. Have we won there in the Premier League?
In 2011, we did.
Right, so over a decade ago now.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And at that point, Liverpool could be right. Well, the only thing that could go in our favour is if they're further in the Champions League and if there's more pressure on them because City are running away with it. So it could go either way. But I mean, Ross is right. I mean, Villa away, they're in a bad run of form. Then we've got Brighton at home. We've already beaten them twice this season, home and away, home in the cup and away in the league. And then Brentford. Brentford will be very, very tough. Eriksen will just, you know, we know he's going to do something, even if he gets an assist or a goal. But then Leicester, that we got to be winning the next 4 games, and I think we will win. I think we'll win the next 4. I'm going to say it now. I think we'll beat Villa, Brighton, Brentford, and Leicester.
Oh, I think we're going to have
12 out of 12 points. If we can win the next 4, and Arsenal in that time have still got to play Chelsea, West Ham, and United. Losing to Liverpool wouldn't be and us losing to Liverpool. Okay, would be massive for us, but it's not going to be like the nail in the coffin, if you get what I mean. It's not like we're losing to Norwich, if that makes sense. You're losing to, you know, probably the hardest away ground in Europe, Anfield, to go to. But Ross, what did you make of Harry Kane today?
Oh, he just showed he's world class. He's one of the best players in the world. I mean, the guy can do everything. He can do it all out there. I mean, just in the second half, he's just sending that ball everywhere, just playing like a quarterback would in American football.
It's like Tom Brady in his prime.
Like Tom Brady, exactly. Yeah, and he's just incredible. I mean, and people want to slate him and say he's this, he's that. It's like, you're obviously not watching. I don't have to defend him. I just say, look at the numbers, look at the stats. They speak for themselves.
Absolutely right. Ross, thank you very much for coming on, my man. Much appreciated. Good to speak to you, mate. And love the positivity. We'll speak to you soon.
All right.
Take care, Ross. Thanks for coming on.
Come on, you Spurs.